Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LZ Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering basketball Housewives Orlando. This is season 1, episode 11. A lot of stuff popped off. I have some thoughts about some things that happened later on in the episode that I wish didn't happen, but it did. Ugh. All right, so we begin with Megan. She's speaking with one of her, I think, business partners or assistants. She's talking about the latest podcast and the numbers that they did. It's pretty well. With her being a content creator, she's been invited to spend time at a hotel in Delray Beach. And she wants it to make it a girls' time where everyone in the group gets to come. Of course, this is supposed to be professional. All Megan has to do is take some pictures and visit and create some content around her stay at the hotel. So we're going to see how this goes, but it looks like this is the last hurrah before all the ladies leave for the summer. So after that, Megan does invite everybody except for Ashley. Megan wants to clear the air before actually inviting her somewhere. I guess that's fair. Hopefully it doesn't get out. It does get out though, whatever. All right, so Mackenzie, she has, not Mackenzie. Oh yeah, Mackenzie, that's right. We see her for 5 seconds. She's putting on her eyelashes. I guess this is a way to let us know that she has her business. She receives flowers at the door, and that was it. Okay. Like, her scenes aren't really adding up to much, and it doesn't really add up unless her and Danny are getting into it. And it's basically Danny been getting into it and all that good stuff. All right, so Danny, she has an event just to bring the ladies out for a grown and sexy dinner. The only person that's not invited is Milan. Nick and Morgan cannot make it though, unfortunately. Um, Everyone shows up, even Ashley shows up, except also Mackenzie cannot make it because she wants to be with Rashard. Mackenzie, did you come to this show to film or to be with your man? The summer's almost over and you're wasting all this time with your man as if you're not going to see him in a couple weeks when filming is done. How crazy is that? This man is occupying all your time. Ooh, I just got it. Because Danny said she had to really give up on her dreams to follow him overseas. So you're about to be consumed into this man's orbit that won't even claim you. And you need to spend all this time with him. Even though you know he knows and you know you're filming. Like, you've gotten 5 seconds of airtime. You don't really get much time. So you should have made what made the best out of this whole situation that you signed up to be in. Okay, but I heard y'all not together anyway, so I don't know if you're going to get a second chance or a second season on this show, but you kind of wasted it trying to be around this man and not really having any content to give because you didn't want to fight with Danny, trying to make her look crazy, which really your man made you look crazy early in the season. But I'm not here to kind of focus on that because at the end of the season, I got things to say about every woman, I think. All right, so most of the ladies show up. Danny updates them on her life right now. She's still training. Of course, she's older now, so she's doesn't feel like she is as athletic or fit as she has been in the past. An order of flowers with roses and also candy arrives, and there's a note there for Danny. Morgan ends up sending her flowers. She says, "I know that you like to get surprise flowers, and I couldn't be there, but just showing her support, even though she could not be there." And that's what real friends are. You know, it's been a little rocky, and I'm glad that this gesture was had. Oof. We know things go down later on, but dang. Hopefully, I hope Morgan and Danny can get it together. Hopefully. Um, Danny ends up saying, "Cheers to the social media event," and Ashley's like, what type of event?" Because Megan hasn't invited her as of yet. So Megan said, "I was going to speak to you, but I just wanted to clear the air and all this good stuff. I don't have no beef with you." Megan says to her, "I came for you because you came for me as far as things with my business, and to let you know where this rumor actually came from. Danny told me, and Morgan told Danny, who actually heard it from Milan first." Ashley says that she doesn't have any of that going on. But I think that there is some truth, even if it's not a brothel. And I think Ashley needs to be honest, but she's not going to be honest on this platform because she can't embarrass her husband like that. But anyways, um, so Danny speaks with Ashley just to clear the air of stuff that's going on. There's been information that's been leaked to Rashard, and please tell Mackenzie, your friend, to stop. Ashley says in her confessional that I believe that Rashard can get his own information. So you said the same things about Morgan, but we know that you did do what you did towards Morgan. Whether you have put some, you may have given, this is what I think Ashley does, at least. She'll put the bullets in the hand and allow the person with the gun to put the bullets in there. At the bare minimum, you're messy and you're not somebody that should really be trusted. Sorry. You get the good edit, but there's something still about you, Ashley, that is just very tainted and toxic. Let me see. Ashley's like, well, Mackenzie's in love, and Danny laughs. Like, Mackenzie probably is, or at least love bombed with this man, but this man is not in love with her. Anyways, Danny feels like Mackenzie is not significant until Rashard says that she is. Until then, I'm not going to really respect all of this. She can keep her cool or whatever, but look, you being in my children's father's life, that's got nothing really to do with me, and I don't have to acknowledge it. That's how she feels about it. And don't be around my children. All right, so this is the next day or whatever day it is. Megan's content trip. They're riding on two buses, Sprinter buses. Megan, Nikki, Morgan, Danny, and Lindsay are on the fun team. And the B team is Ashley, Milan, Neek, and Mackenzie. All right, so on Ashley's bus, I guess she's supposed to be queen. She pulls out this hat saying, "Call me madam." I think that is tacky and trashy at the same time for yourself. Aren't you embarrassed by that, lady? One, you say that you're not that. Two, you said that you're not bothered by that because Milan said stuff, I said stuff, and it's not really bothering you. But now you're wanting to prove a point to Megan that you're not bothered, but you are bothered. What sense does that make? You think that you are taking something negative and turning it into some type of shade or some type of comeback, but you look dumb. What type of woman is going to wear that type of hat around? Especially a married woman. Tony Snell's woman. Okay, madam. That's dumb. That is so dumb to me. There's other ways to get back at Megan if you need to get back at Megan. But again, if you're not bothered by it, then why are you bothered by it? Ashley tells Milan what was said to her, and then Milan's like, well, I just gotta check a few people, blah, 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 blah. It's not like she's even denying it. But again, you and Ashley have come up with a alliance and said, whatever you said, I said it. And whatever you said, I said it. That's it. But don't try to act like everybody around you is lying. As of yet, I have not heard you admit to anything that you've said. You just want things to be washed under the rug. I'm sorry. I'm mad and like that. That's manipulation, and that is arrogance. Ashley also brings up about Mackenzie possibly saying stuff to Rashard. Mackenzie said, I never would have said anything to Rashard. We don't care about her, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. You hang around Ashley, but you did think that it was wrong of what Ashley has told Eric. So I don't know about that. I want to believe Mackenzie, but there's been information leaked. However it got there, and I don't think it was just under Rashard's resources. And I think that is jacked up. At least whatever's going on with the group, keep it in the group. You didn't have to go outside of the orbits of filming to go be messy. That's crazy. All right, so everyone arrives. Of course, there's different energy on different buses. It looks like Megan's side of the fun team, we're actually having fun on the bus. The other team is conspiring at what they are going to do to other people on the strip. Even though the fun team is supposed to be the bullies. So they arrive at the hotel, blah, 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 blah. She just, Megan Says, welcome. We're going to go to dinner, check on your families, whatever you need to do, blah, 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 blah. All right, so it's dinner time, and they're going to Drift Restaurant. At least I saw a sign called Drift, and I'm assuming it's called Drift Restaurant. So Megan just says, anyone want to clear the air about anything, want to get anything off their chest? I think Ashley starts, or Megan asks Ashley, is everything okay? Because they get there, Milan has braids. And then Ashley's like, oh, Megan, is Milan black enough to have braids? Is Milan black? Is she black? I don't know her ethnicity, but is she black? Just saying. Y'all let me know. Obviously, it was a dig at Megan in regards to how Ashley was. We really didn't know if you were black, Ashley. It may have been more proper to ask you your ethnicity, but it did seem like you were appropriating. And those braids weren't really working for you. Or no, it was dreads, I think it was. It was not working for you, because of your genetic makeup, it wasn't working for you. And then as light as you are, that style wasn't working for you. Again, you don't have a kitchen. You don't have the coarse hair, so it's not really. Just saying. All right, so that's when they finally, Megan hashes out and says, I wish you would stop telling stuff that you hear without fact checking. And then Megan had a return serve saying, I'm going to tell my friends what I hear. Period. What are we fact checking for? We know this group is messy, including Ashley, even though they like to act like they're not. And the main thing that people try to get out of being accountable for what they do is, I was mad, so I said a bunch of stuff. That's Mad Day. That's not friendship whatsoever. So Megan said, oh, I guess we don't have anything else to move forward. Next. I said, she didn't say next, but I'm saying next. Because Ashley does not want to give her real self. She's saying, I'm just keeping my cool. Ashley, go on and be the gutter snipe that you are. I'd have a little bit more respect instead of you trying to pretend like you're this. Like you are, I was going to say Michelle Obama, but I'm not going to say Melania Trump. I'm going to say Lady Biden. I mean, quit it. But I think at this point, you don't want to give Megan the energy. But you're the one that wants to start and say all this stuff. But I don't understand why wouldn't I go with that? I mean, you could go in and check and see, is that what was true? You're mad about the Madam comment, even though you say you're not mad at the Madam comment. It's a little bit weird. Anyway. Megan tries to get Mackenzie to talk. You're quite quiet. She just says, I'm just quiet and observant. And then in her confessional, people have been picking at me, and they're about to see another side. We do know the other side, Mackenzie. Even though you want to portray as you're being bullied within this group. We've seen the flashbacks. We know that you're not this cute, proper girl. Again, we saw that you were Danny before, you were Danny in the year 2022 or 2021. So sit there and keep looking cute. You're not going to be back next season. Milan wants to address, why is my name keep being brought up? I think Ashley ended up saying whatever it was. It brings up the whole Ashley rumor about, Danny was like, well, what was said? And Ashley said it was about me having a brothel and my friends are hoes. And Danny said, they are. Ashley, people know you. No matter what type of image you try to portray on this camera, the folks know. Danny did say that, I don't know if the brothel is true, but at least we know your friends are hoes. And if you got hoes around you as a married woman, that doesn't look good. Then Milan says, you know what? You're going around saying stuff, and it's just that you're mad that I won't accept your apology. And then he said, from how I am about you, I did feel bad for actually putting my hands on you, for hitting you. And I told a bunch of people in the group that I do feel bad. Of course, Milan back in the day said it was not genuine. What else? Basically, Danny's like, what else am I supposed to do if you don't want to accept my apology? But now we find out that Milan hit Morgan and Danny ended up hitting Milan. Milan says that she was trying to break up the fight. and in the crossfire. I mean, you got hit within the crossfire. It was very fast paced. It did happen, and I think it was still a misunderstanding that you decided to just take it to hell. I don't know why, but whatever. But Danny said it wasn't. I really wanted to make amends, but obviously you're not a good friend because right after the whole situation happened, you went to Megan and talked ish about her. So, I mean, this group is kind of fractured. I still like the group, but it doesn't take much for this group to betray one another. And that's crazy. That is crazy. So then as revenge, Milan ended up saying that you've said Morgan is a bad friend multiple times. And that perks up Morgan. It says, what was said? She says that Morgan is the type of friend when they go out, if the guys aren't really checking for her, she gets upset and leaves and all that good stuff. Morgan asks, because they're still on rocky terms, like, did you say that? And Danny's like, no. As Morgan is trying to talk, Milan's trying to talk, Danny's trying to shut it down. Danny does feel like if Morgan had shut it down and just said whatever, we would have been okay. Like, at least, even if there was something that we needed to deal with, we should have dealt with it privately. But obviously, Milan is ready to set off fireworks within this friendship. And Morgan could have been more, how can I say this, more apt to what's going on and to protect the friendship. However, we know how Morgan is. If Morgan feels like she slighted or you being disloyal in any type of way, that's it. Morgan gets emotional because she was going to blow up. So she went and just took a breather because she doesn't know what's going on. I forgot who actually got up to try to see about her, but Milan and Danny are still going at it. Danny's like, this is all ridiculous, da 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 da. Milan says that she has facts, but we didn't see it on TV. Well, you have factual proof, I think she said. Where's that factual proof? Anyways, later on that night, Morgan is sitting with Lindsay. I guess Morgan didn't even... No, never mind. Morgan is battling it out because she doesn't know what to believe. It would be good to just believe my friend, but at the same time, there's some details that Milan says did happen that either she's lying or maybe there are some facts into it and she's adding more to it, or Danny's lying, but it looks like probably both are lying. Danny's sending Morgan a text basically saying, don't be believing this shit and all this good stuff. She's sitting in the hotel with Megan, and I just wish she would have backed me up at that time. But it wasn't. And let's just be a united front, no matter what's going on. I mean, Ashley and Milan, that's what they're doing right now and have been doing. But for some reason, they're going to use something against what they actually did. That's weird to me, as trying to go back at somebody who's trying to be messy with their own dirt, with the dirt that they are already through. So it's kind of weird in this group. Like, you're thinking the joke is on them, but you actually did say it, even though you're trying to act like you didn't say it. I would like to know this factual proof that you do have, Milan, because you talk a lot of ish. A lot. You don't deny anything that you did say, even though you act like you're not saying it at the same time. It's very weird. So the next day, Ashley and Mackenzie are at the pool someplace. Basically, she says that I'm on to Megan, and she knows that she wants to get Ashley out of character. I mean, Ashley, there's another side to you that you don't want to show the camera. And you're quite the confessional thug, and you can say all this stuff in front of Mackenzie and Milan, but don't want to say it in front of Megan. Okay. Mackenzie does feel like it's hard to want to connect with Megan because you can't really have a conversation because she's always looking for gossip / content. Megan, possibly, at least for the show, like, get a little headline of something that possibly someone says that you could go and talk to somebody about, possibly, or use it for later content. But you ladies are just sitting there and not making a show. Of course, y'all not friends, not for real. So why not make the best of it? You guys do not have to be the best of friends, and y'all don't have to be bitter Bettys. But let's make a show. And I don't think that you guys get that concept. Despite this being a friend group, y'all still trying to get to know each other. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's a happy medium, but I think you do need to play the game. And y'all don't. Um, Ashley is happy that Danny and Morgan are fighting. She didn't expect it to happen. She thought that Morgan would put up the united front, like she doesn't believe in Milan, because Milan had already conspired to actually bring this up during the dinner, and she knew that could be ramifications for that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. So Milan and Neek, they are out on the beach. They're doing yoga and also creating content. It looks like it's for Neek. Neek does bring up at how Danny wouldn't really allow Milan to talk because obviously some of this is true, and Milan feels like, well, you're older and you lack maturity, and I'm younger than you, so blah 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 blah. Morgan pops up on the beach. She ends up apologizing to Milan. You know, I did say ish about you when we did a Fallout, especially when I heard what you were saying concerning me, and she apologizes for that. Morgan does feel disrespected by Danny because she went and talked to a few more people within the group, and she was able to confirm that Danny was saying stuff. Danny, I don't know what's up. I don't know when you even said that. That's the thing that's kind of interesting. Was it when you and Morgan fell out? I don't know. I think you guys needed to take a united front. I would like to see you guys hash it out maturely, but you know when Morgan feels betrayed in the slightest, she's coming at you. she's going to blow up. I think she was reserved and didn't just go off like she could have. But obviously there's trouble in the water. I want you and Morgan to fix it. I don't know if you guys are at this point because Milan really put a wedge between your relationship, but it was already fractured anyways. We'll see what happens, but a lot of these women are fake on this show. Show your real selves. Milan, you are fake. I don't care what you're trying to show on this show. Now you're trying to use in every aspect. I'm young, I'm this, I'm that. No, you know what you said. Anyways, that's all I do have. What do you guys think? It looks like Mackenzie comes to work next episode, as I see, because you know it's boiling over and you've been poking the bear. That's nice. Congratulations, Mackenzie. You showed up to work. All right, well, that's all I do have. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can also share this content and leave your comments. Until next week, peace.